Artificial intelligence and machine learning have both practical application and aspirational goals. The practical applications are already in use now by business technology leaders all over the world. The aspirational goals are, well, they are just that, aspirational, but they could be profound and change how we think about not just machine learning, but how we think about the human mind. For Tech Republic and ZDNet, my name is Dan Patterson, and it's a pleasure to speak today with Pascal Kaufmann. He is the co-founder of the Mindfire Foundation. The Mindfire Foundation's goals are to open and democratize artificial intelligence. Pascal, it's great to talk to you again. I wonder if you could tell me a little bit about not just the foundation itself, but the goals and the reason why a more democratized and open artificial intelligence community is so important right now.
Yeah, just like in short, I think there is no AI outside these days. Most so-called artificial intelligence that we read in the newspapers about is about optimizing data sets or about solving isolated tasks by means of deep learning or brute force approaches. And we think if you need 300 million pictures of cats, in order to say it's a cat or a horse or a cow, that hasn't got to do so much with AI. I think these are completely novel approaches that we should look for. So the idea of Mindfire is to unite the smartest people in the world and to select 100 of them, invite them to Switzerland, lock them in a Swiss chalet, and give them one task, namely to crack the brain code to create artificial intelligence, human-like artificial intelligence. In case they are not successful within those 14 days that they are in the Swiss chalet, we do Mindfire 2 or 3 months later, Mindfire 3, Mindfire 4, a little bit like the moon landing program of Kennedy. And the magic behind this, usually those talents do not like to share their know-how. Why should they? I mean, the intellectual property is very precious to them. So what we introduced is a blockchain-based new format where everything that these talents are discussing or documenting is actually stored on the blockchain. And if there is a breakthrough by one of those 100 people, once and for all, we can always say, oh, it was actually Wednesday, 10 o'clock in the morning, where Thomas actually brought in this idea. So talents will be credited for that, and they actually get tokens. They have a share in the intellectual property that they created. This is the Mindfire Foundation and the idea behind.
So artificial intelligence, and just like you said, what we call artificial intelligence is really in these smaller buckets of predictive analytics or machine learning, and some of those applications are very practical and they are in use. But what you are striving for is often referred to as artificial general intelligence. Why is the blockchain so instrumental in AGI research?
The blockchain offers a way to incentivize talents worldwide to unite, because usually these are isolated hidden champions, and often they are working in laboratories or like in tech companies, and they have no incentive to share their ideas. I mean, the intellectual property doesn't belong to them, but would belong to the large tech company. Or actually in research labs, the professors get all the credit, but actually it was the talent behind that never gets visible. So with blockchain, you can actually democratize this. You can actually credit everything that they do and store it on the blockchain. And because you have a share by means of tokens, these talents are highly motivated to share everything they know about AI, about the brain, about neuroscience, with the other 99 participating talents, because even if another one of those 100 does a breakthrough, this talent has a share in it, and these tokens directly are bound to the intellectual property that's generated in Davos in Switzerland in this Mindfire Foundation. So by means of blockchain technology, you can incentivize talents to say everything what they know about AI, and to actually turn it into an orchestra of talents and not just having soloists that are playing isolated in the labs.
This may sound like, for technologists, a very basic question, but often the blockchain is misunderstood. Do you use the Bitcoin blockchain, the Ethereum blockchain, a new blockchain? When we say the blockchain, what is Mindfire really working with?
Well, we just filed a patent in the US about the format as such, because usually the tokens that we read in the internet about, like let's say a Bitcoin or so, these are very simple tokens. But the Mindfire token is a format that actually can trade intellectual property. So there is really like a value behind its IP that is generated. And for every Mindfire mission, this intellectual property grows a little bit. So I think this is a new way, and we try to use like existing architectures, and we are in touch with the Ethereum guys. And because we're in Switzerland, we have access to the blockchain valley here. And yeah, these are the technologies that we are using these days.